Welcome everybody, Steve here. Well, we're continuing on with Project Gray, and today I'm going to start on the back fenders. You know, we're getting close. When it comes to prep time, I've just got the rear fenders, and there's the back box support, which shouldn't take very much time. There's just some holes to drill in that, and the tailgate. Now, these are new fenders, and basically just a pressed satin coat. You know, I was really hoping it would be just a quick sand and just throw some primer down, but there are some issues with these fenders, and we're going to have to deal with them. You know, when you're putting into, when you're pressing something that is this extreme, you know, it can't be perfect unless you have absolutely perfect dies. So there's some bulges on the edges, especially on the back over here, on both fenders. It's wavy. Maybe it's on this side. Yeah, on this one it's on this side, and they're really wavy. So that's going to require some body work. But you can't expect life just to kind of, you know, flow easy. So we're going to get started on this. A couple of these little bulges, you know, we're going to try and hammer and dolly them, but I think there's a couple there that are going to need a little bit of an angle grind and some re-welding. Now, I said I wasn't going to use my stands for doing body work, but I can't resist. Like, everything's just right there. So I'm going to give them a whirl. And you just got to be careful, you know, you don't put too much pressure and have them fall over. So I felt these fenders up. I cleaned them up first with the wax and grease, felt them up, and everywhere where there's a fairly good ding or whatever, like there's a spot right here, this whole panel right here is going to need repair. Mark them with pencil, and then a guy can just go in, and I'm going to try and hammer and dolly some of this out of here. And then whatever we have to cut and weld, well, we just cut and weld. So you can see how this is all whoop-de-doo in here. Yeah, we got to pretty that up. before I get too far along on these fenders, I'm going to clean them up. There's quite a bit of grease or whatever they put on them from the factory. So we'll clean them up a couple of times, I think. Coming up pretty dirty. Ouch. Knew I was going to get myself. Clean the inside of these fenders twice. And now what I want to do is I'm going to go around the edges just with a flapper disc. A lot of sharp edges. I've already cut myself once. So one thing you don't want to do is just, throw these on your truck and scratch everything up. There's spots here where the spot welds are rough. Just go around and clean everything up so you don't have any issues. One job I want to get done here before I tackle these fenders, because we want to we got some time, we're going to try and put the box together for Project Merc. So this is the back rail, or back support, whatever you want to call it, for the box. It's new. It's a pretty nice reproduction. I kind of like it. But it's got no holes in it. Now one of the things, when you're measuring this stuff up, if I measure this one, I'm right on 53. If I measure this one, I'm a little more than an eighth short. So it's important that your holes start from the middle. I'm really fortunate here because I've got this is an original one. So I got my center mark, so I'm measuring everything from center. If I just start out from the edge, my holes are going to be a 16th or more out because, this is shorter. So always measure from the inside. Okay. That one there, 10 and a quarter. 10 and a quarter. Get a good sharp bit. I'm drilling all pilot holes first so I get it a little bit more accurate. I don't want to use center punch because you're going to put a dent in it. The majority of the holes are all one size bigger than 5/16. Now I've just been measuring everything up with the original, and this one is a size under 3/8. top one, the size over 7/16. I'm just using my do-more here with the long bit on it, just to get off the edges, deburr the holes there. Because, you know, you'll be reaching in there and you end up cutting yourself later. It's pretty easy to do. Time to sand the fender down. We got the bodywork done. I'm going to put a coat of two-part putty on there, just so I know that I can get it nice, because I'm just going to do the one shot of primer, one double coat. But the rest of it, I want to make sure that, you know, I'm going to catch anything else. You know, we had a dent here, a dent back in here. This, you can see how wavy this was. A lot of filler in there. But it's gonna look good. It's a good time to use up all those wore out 40 grits I had laying around. Well, the 40 grit does a really nice job. And one of the worst things you could possibly do is sand your metal with, you know, anything finer than 80 grit. You really want a good etch so that, you know, your primers and everything are going to stick. You don't want it flaking off when you're in the car wash. Alright, we'll throw a little bit of two-part putty on there and get started on the next one. Time to start working on the tailgates. Now, I don't know who welds these, but man, I tell you, they must just put their first day employees on this or something, but that's some serious chicken scratch. You know, and even the original, nice and flat, looks nice. You know, if they would just TIG weld that instead of, you know, running a, you know, I don't know, that looks like flux core because there's stuff everywhere. Anyway, I'm just complaining. Now, on this tailgate, you know, I could just clean this up, spray it, call it good. But there's some things I just don't like. These spot welds they're really deep. And I don't mind these guys up here because that kind of looks original in these ones. But these ones here, now we're gonna get rid of this. Gonna make it look a little nicer, just because. So there's gonna be a lot of work, a lot of cleanup on these. Definitely be using the speed sander for getting in around this, and you know, the sandblaster. And then we'll prime this one, and good. But first of all, we got to take care of this. Now I don't know. The spot welder they use is pretty strong, which is good. It's not going to come apart, but it sure leaves a mess. These ones aren't bad. These ones are a little bit rough. But you're driving along, I just don't want the eye to catch. That's why we're fixing it. I'm going to have to use the do-more with the die grinder, clean all these up, pretty them up a little bit. It's going to take some time. Just put the earphones on, away we go. You can see how much the tailgate picked up on the filler. So there was a lot of little waves in there, and that makes the effort all worth its while. I'm happy now. It's going to be a nice looking tailgate. We finally got everything all prepped up. Now it's a matter of finding a spot for everything and get some primer on it. Not out of room here. Excited to use my new rack here for the fenders. I know it's going to turn out awesome. Just tacking everything, ready to throw down some epoxy primer. Now I went back and I used some degreaser on this one again, some wax and grease remover, and so that's about 4 times for these fenders, so you just can't take a chance. Make sure everything's perfectly clean and then you don't have any problems.